So first of all, the title, When the Quran Came to Life. What is the origin of this title? What does it mean? أخي أنت حر وراء السدود. أخي أنت حر بتلك القيود. And in there I recorded my dreams. I recorded Wednesday, 8th of June 2011. I've written here, before Fajr, 3:10 a.m. Dream. The logic behind that being is when you live an experience, when you go through a hardship or calamity, then Allah's words, suddenly they become alive and they have meaning. It's no longer just a book, but it has meaning to your life. Channel that I set up is, inshallah, my intention is to help you in your hard times, just like these experiences and these reflections and these thoughts, they help me in my hard times. So
أخي أنت حر وراء السدود. أخي أنت حر بتلك القيود. إذا كنت بالله مستعصما فماذا يضيرك كيد العبيد. فماذا يضيرك كيد العبيد.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I just wanted to record a short video to give some background on the making behind this series. First of all, thank you to all of you who watched my series and shared the videos. I hope that you found it beneficial. So first of all, the title, When the Quran Came to Life. What is the origin of this title? It comes from a famous prisoner, Sayyid Qutb. Sayyid Qutb was perhaps the most famous Muslim political prisoner in the 20th century. He was executed in 1966 by the Egyptian tyrant Jamal Abdel Nasser, and while he was in prison he wrote a number of books, and he described, one of them was his commentary on the Quran, and he described how the verses of the Quran, how the Quran came to life in prison. The logic behind that being is when you live an experience, when you go through a hardship or calamity, then Allah's words, suddenly they become alive and they have meaning. It's no longer just a book, but it has meaning to your life. Secondly, what is the nasheed? Many people I saw in the comments have asked, what is this nasheed, this background nasheed to my videos? Again, that was a poem that was written by Sayyid Qutb in the 1960s while he was in prison, and it was the form of a conversation between him and one of his friends. What does it mean? أخي أنت حر وراء السدود. Oh my brother, you are free behind these prison walls. أخي أنت حر بتلك القيود. Oh my brother, you are free within these chains. إذا كنت بالله مستعصما. If upon Allah do you rely, فماذا يضيرك كيد العبيد. Then what harm can the plots of the enemies cause you? I'll put a link to this nasheed. It's a very beautiful nasheed. It's a very beautiful poem, and I thought it would be appropriate for me to use that as the background or the intro and outros of my videos. The other question that was asked was, how did I remember all of these verses? Well, the years that I was in prison, I kept notes, I kept diaries along with my legal work. So for example, here is one of my diaries, and in there I recorded my dreams. I recorded verses of the Quran that came to that had some influence to me, for example. So you can see here, so for example, Wednesday, 8th of June 2011, I've written here, before Fajr, 3:10 a.m. Dream. Restricted cells as in prison, asked by others to recite Quran, recited the last bit of the last verse of Surah Fath, which I understood to be a reference to the verdict of the police officers, and you can find this story in one of the episodes. So various quotes and verses of the Quran and dreams that I had, I used to record them in a series of diaries, and some of these reflections I would write in letters to my family. So verses of the Quran that I saw in prison, when I would read them, then I would remember that I saw this verse in that dream. So there weren't many of them, but there were some verses of the Quran that I saw in my dreams. And now, until this day, every time I read that verse, then I remember that I saw this verse in the Quran. I saw this verse from the Quran. I saw it in one of my dreams. Why did I decide to make a YouTube channel? There's people that are more qualified than me that talk about matters of religion and deen, and there's people that are more qualified than me that talk about politics and current affairs, and then you've got the clickbait crew, and you've got all sorts of people doing lots of things. So I decided to share some of my stories and some of my experiences of things that helped me when I was going through hard times, so that those of you who are struggling, and I would say that all of us in some way are struggling, it could be financial, it could be a mental illness, it could be problems with families and relationships, or disabilities, whatever your problem is. But this channel that I set up is, inshallah, my intention is to help you in your hard times, just like these experiences and these reflections and these thoughts, they help me in my hard times. So please keep watching my channel, and the best thing you can do if you want to help is share my content and subscribe to it. There is lots and lots to come, and I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives me the ability to keep bringing this content to you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أخي أنت حر وراء السدود، أخي أنت حر بتلك القيود، إذا كنت بالله مستعصما فماذا يضيرك كيد العبيد، فماذا يضيرك كيد العبيد. أخي أنت حر